All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive with me? Today, we're going to be looking at, well, we got a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's a wild mix today.
A very wild mix of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going from a mysterious illness in the DR Congo to a record-breaking Stegosaurus fossil sale.
We've got a little bit of everything today.
Oh, yeah, so buckle up, get ready, it's going to be a ride.
Definitely.
So to kick things off, let's talk about what's happening over in the Democratic Republic of Congo. There's this unknown illness spreading, and it's already claimed a lot of lives, like over 140 people.
It's pretty scary stuff, and what's really worrying is that experts don't even know yet if it's bacterial or viral.
Yeah, that's like the first step, right? Got to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. It's crucial for containing it. It kind of reminds me of that Ebola outbreak in West Africa.
Yeah,
Remember how important it was to pinpoint that source and figure out how it was spreading?
totally. I mean, it's like a race against time, right?
Exactly. And luckily, the WHO is already involved. They're on the ground.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they can get some answers soon.
Fingers crossed, right? Well, it's a good reminder, though, right? About how fragile things can be.
Definitely a good reminder about global health and how we all need to be aware.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so switching gears completely, let's hop over to the UK. The Observer, which is like this super old Sunday paper,
The oldest in the world, in fact.
yeah, founded way back in 1791, just got bought by a startup company, Tortoise Media.
A startup buying a centuries-old newspaper. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, like who saw that coming, right?
Not me, for sure. And what's even more interesting is that Tortoise Media specifically raised like a ton of money, around 270 crore, just to make this acquisition happen.
Wow.
They're all about the slow journalism thing, too.
Slow journalism.
Yeah, like the opposite of all the clickbaity 24/7 news you see online. They take their time to do in-depth reports and analysis.
Huh, that's pretty interesting, actually. Especially now when so many newspapers are struggling to stay afloat, with the whole digital world taking over.
Exactly. It's a bold move, a total gamble.
For sure. And, some journalists at The Observer are a little worried, understandably.
Yeah, they're concerned about what'll happen to the paper's editorial direction, what changes might come.
Makes sense. So we'll definitely have to see how this whole thing unfolds.
Absolutely.
Okay, so for our next story, let's head to Ukraine, where things are, well, still very intense.
Always intense over there, sadly.
Yeah, and they've just unveiled this brand new rocket drone.
And it's a beast with a range of 700 kilometers.
That's crazy. It can basically hit targets super far away.
Exactly. And the name they gave it is pretty striking, too.
Oh, yeah, what was it again? Piccolo, right?
Yeah, Peklo, which translates to hell.
Hell. That's intense.
It's definitely not your average drone name.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes you think about the psychological side of war, right? Like
Yeah.
how important names and symbols can be.
Oh, absolutely. It's all about instilling fear in your enemy.
And another interesting thing about this Hell drone is that it was completely made in Ukraine.
Locally produced. Yep. Which really shows how much their domestic arms industry has grown, especially since the conflict began.
It's really incredible how they've adapted and innovated.
Totally a testament to their resilience, for sure.
Okay, so need a bit of a break from all that heavy stuff.
Me too.
Let's talk about something heartwarming.
Oh, perfect. I love a good heartwarming story.
So get this. A couple in the U.S. just got married, and they have a combined age of 2,202.
Wait, what? 202?
Yep, making them the world's oldest newlyweds.
That's amazing.
Isn't that sweet?
Mm-hmm.
They met at a retirement facility after both losing their previous spouses, and they actually went to the same university decades ago, but didn't know each other then.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Talk about fate, right? It's like something out of a movie.
It really is. It gives you hope,
Totally proves it's never too late for love.
Exactly. And that love can bloom anywhere at any age.
Love is in the air, even in retirement homes.
Apparently so.
Okay, so last but not least, let's talk about Apex.
Apex, what's that?
Apex is the nickname for this super rare Stegosaurus fossil that just sold for a record-breaking $44.6 million at auction.
Whoa, $44.6 million for a bunch of old bones.
Well, it's not just any old bones. It's one of the most complete Stegosaurus skeletons ever found.
Oh, wow, that is pretty impressive.
And the coolest part is it's going to be on loan to the American Museum of Natural History for the next 4 years, thanks to billionaire Kenneth Griffin, who bought it.
So the public will actually get to see it. That's great.
Exactly, but it does bring up some interesting questions, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, should something so scientifically important be owned by a private individual?
It's a tough one, right? Like, how do you balance the interests of private collectors with the need for public access and research?
It's a debate that's been going on for a while, and it's not going away anytime soon.
Definitely something to think about. So there you have it, folks, our whirlwind deep dive into today's top stories.
We covered a lot of ground today.
We did, from a mysterious illness in the Congo to a record-breaking fossil sale to love finding a way even at 100 years old.
Life is full of surprises.
That it is.
Yeah.
So I got to ask, which story stuck with you the most? What did you find most intriguing or thought-provoking?
They all give you a different perspective on the world we live in.
They really do. So keep those brains buzzing and keep exploring the world around you. We'll be back soon with another deep dive. Until then, stay curious.
And stay informed.